Morreece Cook joins us, and boy, what a personality and what a book. The name of her book is My Spirituality of Nature, the relationship of spirituality and nature in your life. I so believe in the very same thing. And this is what we're featuring on Author's Corner here on America Tonight with me, Kate Delaney. Morreece, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
So when did you realize, just even the title says it all, when did you realize there is such a symbiotic relationship between spirituality and, of course, what we see in nature?
It was what I would call a gradual awakening. It started happening probably in my 20s, and I just started taking note of what was around me, and I made notes, not understanding at all that this would evolve into a book. So I just appreciated so much being with nature and outside, with animals especially. And I began to notice some connections. I mean, not everything was totally separate from the next. A man has a dog. A woman has a cat. A cat has a flea. A flea grows on grass somewhere. Where did all this come from? It didn't just spring up overnight. And it had to come from an intention. It wasn't just, oh, gee, look at that. Nice mistake, nice surprise. No, it purposefully planned.
Yep, purposely planned. I love that. And you talk about it. You invite us to take really what you call a phenomenal journey with you and seek out creation, God's creations. And wouldn't people, even in their life when they're so stressed and so busy, and you had a busy career, all these different social work positions in healthcare and in education, the degrees that you went through, the bachelor's, the master's, the clinical social work, which is a lot of hours. And did that give you comfort?
Yeah. It opened doors for me. Every step that I took, it was just mine. Nobody was pushing me. There were no previous, there were 85,000 social workers in the family, so you have to be one too, kind of thing. It was all mine. It was my desire. It was I don't know how to say this.
It's destiny. It was your destiny. You knew it, and you pursued it, even though that wasn't something in your background.
Exactly. Yes, you said it much better than I was thinking.
No, you were saying it. You were saying it right. And so it's interesting because in your 20s, you had that realization. Your eyes started to get open to what you were seeing around you because you opened your eyes. So tell us about the book, and when people read the book, what can they expect?
First of all, my desire in writing the book was not about, oh boy, I'm going to be famous, or oh boy, I'm going to make trillions of dollars. My goal always was some force greater than myself planted this vision within me. And as the vision developed, I knew that it was not meant for me alone. That what I was essentially was a conduit, if you will, to put a message together that was meant to go to as many living beings as would have it.
Wow, and you definitely, people can get this book for a song, a Kindle version, paperback, however they want it, on Amazon. And the cover's so beautiful because you talk about you've always been around animals. And I asked you this question when we talked off air, what your favorite animals were. And I think you and I have that in common. Right? Zebras and giraffes.
Yeah, I do love them. I love cats too, but zebras and giraffes have a special draw, and I'm not sure why. I do think part of it is because each of them has been imprinted with a very recognizable sign. And not all of us have that. Some of us are good at being recognized for what we are, for who we are, and we're proud of that. Other people don't have a clue, and I think that's most people. Do not have a clue who they are, how strong they can be, how beautiful they are, how connected they are. Sorry.
And thinking about the connection, no, that's okay. I agree. I understand, thinking about that and how overwhelming it is, but the connection is so important, the meaning in the connection. And you talk about this in the book, and imagine if people could appreciate the planet more.
Yes. I mean, even if they don't realize that the planet is essentially their lifeline, if people don't realize that, if they just realize that there's beauty there, and let's help keep the beauty going, that helps keeps all of us going. And hopefully, though, what more people will recognize is that if we don't sustain the planet, the planet will not be able to sustain us.
Boy, isn't that the truth? And again, the name of the book is My Spirituality of Nature, the Relationship of Spirituality and Nature in Your Life. And you were a journaler, right?
Yes, I was.
And so by journaling, were you able to pull a little bit from the journal when you said you never thought you'd write a book and then you put it together?
Exactly. Most of my journaling for that few years went into the book. And it was a revelation to me that my journaling was actually headed that way. I didn't know it until the book was in front of me and I was doing it.
Yeah. What did it feel like when it was finished, when the book was done? Wow, all of a sudden I have a book. Did it feel like, this is pretty cool, I'm putting this out into the world? Like you said, it wasn't about money or ego, but it had to feel good that you accomplished that. Yes.
And it was through a lot of personal hard work. But that's been my life, so that wasn't a big revelation. What I didn't understand, though, in the process was that the publishing of the book has been very difficult and very costly in ways that I didn't think it would be. I thought, well, we'll just go out there, call a publisher, slap a name on it, and there you go.
That's why you should be even more proud, because you persevered, and like you said, that's nothing new. That's what you've done in your life.
Yeah. I'm so glad I did it.
You're getting the word out, and it's out there, like I said, on Amazon, and people can get the book on Kindle or paperback. It's very easy to get. If you're all listening to us, the cover is beautiful, and the concept of what we've been talking about is so wonderful. Who is nature? Who am I? How are we connected? These are all the things that you talk about, and there's so few connections for people these days. That's why I think your book is so important, because you can always connect to nature. You can always get up out of your desk. You can always shake yourself off out of the situation you're in. And you discovered that, didn't you?
Yes, I sure did. And it was nobody directing me. It was, nature's telling me what to do. The time, the day, the whatever that I realized or that I understood that nature was pulling at me, that was like, oh my God, the doors of the universe were flung open, and all of a sudden, for that moment, I felt everything that the planet felt. I really believed that for that moment. And at different times since I've written the book and before that, I've had these connections that felt exceedingly strong with the natural world, and that's my spirituality. That's me discovering how I can relate to nature, to the planet, and how I can show or demonstrate or feel or present to other people how important it is and how easy it is to do.
Right. Open your eyes.
Yeah. And you don't have to spend, thousands of dollars to go out and look at the sunset, or go pick a flower in your backyard, or put $1 in the pocket of somebody who needs it, that doesn't have it. Maybe they'll be able to see the earth a little brighter for a second. There's a lot we can do.
Absolutely. Perfect place to end this. There's a lot we can do. Go get Morreece Elaine Cook's book. It's a beautiful cover. I mean, seriously, you open the cover and, you're into a whole new world. Morreece, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I enjoy speaking with you. I feel like you understand. I feel like we're related. And we are.
Well, that's a compliment. Thank you so much.
Such a great reminder to get out in nature. Whenever you feel like you're overwhelmed, I think every single one of us feels that at some point in the day, take a walk around the block or just take a different view somewhere. Maybe jump in the car and go eat your lunch at the park. I see a lot of people do that. Make it count, everybody.